Welcome to Reddit After Hours. This is r/trueoffmychest, where OP finds out that his son is not actually his son in probably one of the saddest ways a dad can find out. Our first Reddit post comes from Throwaway, titled, "My son needed a liver transplant. I'm not a match because he isn't my biological son." So I, a 26-year-old male, have been with my wife, who's also 26, since we were in school. We have a 4-year-old son together, or so I thought. He had to be rushed to a hospital a while ago because he somehow managed to get into my wife's sleeping pills. She swears that she put the lid on properly and put them in her drawer, but he somehow found them and managed to open the child-proof lid and took a lot of them. He went into acute liver failure, and we were told that he would possibly need a transplant. Obviously, I said that I would do it, and they did all their tests, blood, tissue compatibility, etc. Their test came back, and I was told that I'm not a match because of my blood type. If I remember correctly, their exact words were, "There is an unexpected discrepancy in the blood that we tested." The doctor kept saying that it would be better if he could speak to me in private away from my wife, but she didn't want to leave or for me to leave, and now I know why. But at the time, I was confused. Eventually, she let me go, and the doctor told me that my blood type is O. I knew that, but that my son's blood type was a B. I'm not dumb. I knew what he was trying to tell me. He probably couldn't tell me outright, so I asked if that means that it's impossible that I'm his biological father, and he said yes. I didn't want to make a scene at the hospital, so I just went home. I wanted to stay with my son. I know he actually isn't mine, but I have been his dad for 4 years. I knew I wouldn't be able to stay calm. Thankfully, all the tests that they ran were in case the worst happened, and it didn't. His liver has managed to recover, and he's actually on the mend. I still haven't gotten any answers from her, and I don't really want any. I know she slept with someone else, and the kid isn't mine, and that's all I need to know. I moved out, and I let her stay at the house because she has him, and I can't kick him out of his house. I'm currently staying at my mother's until I can figure out what to do for the best. I'm not really good with emotions, but I can admit that this hit me hard. It feels the same as when my best friend passed away, even though I haven't lost anybody in that sense this time, but I really don't know what to do. I've lost my wife and my son at the same time, and it's been over a week since it happened, and I still have no clue what to do. She's been spamming me with texts and calling, asking to talk, and asking to, quote, let her explain, and telling me that it meant nothing and that she only loves me, but I don't really want to hear it. Nothing she can say will fix it at all. I'm not taking her back, so I really don't give a shit what she has to say. But I can't just abandon my little man. I've been his dad his whole life, and that just doesn't go away because we haven't got the same blood. But it also means that I have no rights to see him when I divorce my wife. I feel like a complete idiot for not seeing anything wrong. The chances that she cheated on me once and got pregnant are low, so realistically, I know it had to be something that happened a few times at least. And I didn't suspect anything. I didn't suspect that the kid that I had raised for 4 whole years wasn't actually mine. OP, good on you for still wanting to be a father to the kid, even though you know that he's not biologically yours. But yeah, I'm on the same page with the OP. There would be no mending that relationship with your ex. I would try to be there for the little guy, but yeah, for her, no, it's done. Our next Reddit post comes from Parking Bottle 6077, titled, "My boyfriend was on his phone while we had passionate hugging." My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. We always had a great passionate hugging life, and we live together now. Recently, one time while we were doing the deed and I was with my face the other way, I couldn't see him. He was watching a video with headphones while we were doing it. Now, passionate hugging is very intimate for me, so as soon as I saw this, my whole mood changed. Right after, he immediately apologized and hugged me, but I didn't want him to touch me. I talked with my best friend about it, and she said that I should be mad at him, and I know I should, but for some reason, I can't seem to be, and I feel bad about it. I feel like I should respect myself enough to get annoyed at something like this, but I don't even feel hurt at all. So I'm pretending that I'm mad while being confused myself and not knowing how to feel, and nobody knows. Our next Reddit post comes from Deleted, titled, "Today I realized that I don't love my girlfriend." Last 4th of July, aka last Friday, I, a 28-year-old male, went on a trip to a local park with my girlfriend, who's 41. I wasn't really looking forward much to it since my idea of fun is different from hers, but I did end up liking the park and want to visit again sometime. We were walking around for hours until closing time, then took her home afterwards. On the way to her apartment, she said something to annoy me on purpose, to which she said, quote, "Am I annoying you?" in a playful way. I retorted with, "Very much. I barely tolerate you when you do that," in the same joking tone, and we both chuckled at it. Right as I was dropping her off, she asked me if I actually just tolerate her and don't really love her. I told her that it was a joke and that she's reading too much into it, and she just laughed. She said, "Okay, bye," and got out of my car without giving me a kiss like she usually does. I didn't read too much into it, and I just went home. Today, I woke up with a wall of text from her basically asking the same thing, and that I more often than not make her doubt my feelings towards her because of my oblivience in that regard. I started arguing with her about the situation, and it made me realize I was acting like a child. She was right about every single thing that she said, and I couldn't contest her in that. She asked if I saw a future with her, and honestly, I told her no. I don't want to think about settling down just yet, and she was already talking about marriage and things like that. She also asked if I loved her, and I told her that I do, just not in the same way that she loves me. I do care about her a lot, but I honestly don't see myself getting married for a number of reasons, mainly because of self-doubt and confidence on my part. So we had a long talk about our relationship, and she made me realize I was just attracted to her and not in love with her. I was never really touchy-feely or affectionate with her outside of the deed, but I didn't mind when she did that kind of stuff to me. At the end of it all, I just decided to leave her be and find someone who will actually find someone that will adore the person that she is. She did say that she was fine remaining friends, but I'll see how long that lasts. I know it sucks and it's a shitty situation for everybody, but it takes a lot of maturity actually to sit down and have that conversation and admit to yourself and to your partner that you're really just attracted to them and not in love with them, and actually like end it there for, her benefit. You could have easily, selfishly just let her on so you guys can keep screwing and things like that. But, at least you chose the more mature, honest option. So it sucks. I'm sure she's a little heartbroken, but good on both of you, OP. Our next Reddit post comes from Motor Possibility 816. Titled, "My girlfriend wants to give up our child for adoption and continue life." I'm in my late 20s and she's in her early 30s. I love her more than anyone I've ever been with. I thought she was the one, but right now it feels like I'm falling apart. She's pregnant and our baby girl is coming soon. From pretty early on, she said that she wants to put the baby up for adoption, says that she wants to travel and do stuff that she can't do with a kid around. Then she told me that she still wants to stay with me and maybe have another kid later when it's more convenient. And that part messed me up real bad. I can't do that. I'm ready to raise our daughter. I've got a solid job, stable income, and my family's ready to help however they can. I'm not running away. I want to be a dad. But she keeps pushing adoption like I don't even matter. Then she says that she loves me and wants to keep building something with me. Like we can just give away our kid and move on. Honestly, it makes me sick just thinking about it. She always puts her family first, even though they don't support her the way that I do, emotionally or financially. I'm the one who shows up over and over, but somehow it never seems to matter. I love her, I still do, but I can't stay with someone who's okay with giving up our kid just to make life easier. That's not something that I can come back from. I don't want to look back years from now and regret not fighting for my daughter. This whole thing's breaking me. I never thought I'd have to choose between love and being a father. I'm not sure why I'm even posting this. I just needed to get it out. I really hope her feelings change once your daughter actually comes out and she sees her for the first time. Raising my son has probably been the hardest thing my wife and I have ever experienced in our entire lives. However, I wouldn't trade that little guy for the entire world, for any vacation, any amount of freedom. I would not trade him for anything. And I hope she comes around, OP, because otherwise if I were you, I would take the daughter and I would just raise her myself. And I know that sucks, but I wish you the best, man. Our next Reddit post comes from Careful Hurry 9970, titled, "My daughter who's 6 asked me if I love her more than my phone, and I've never felt so ashamed." I was scrolling TikTok the other night while my daughter was coloring beside me. I wasn't really watching, just zoning out after a long shift. She said suddenly, "Mommy, do you love your phone more than me?" I laughed at first, thinking that she was joking, but she wasn't. She said, quote, "Because when I talk, you don't look at me, but you always look at your phone." And that shattered me. She wasn't mad, she wasn't whining, just stating a fact. I asked her to repeat herself, and she shrugged and said, "It's okay, I know you're tired. I just miss you sometimes." I couldn't even say anything. I put my phone away and we played a game, but I still cried in the bathroom after she went to sleep. I don't know who I'm turning into, but I don't like her. I don't want to be the kind of mom who's present but never really there. Don't beat yourself up too much, OP. It happens. Sometimes we fall into bad habits and we don't even notice it. At least you're a good enough mom that you took what she said seriously and you're trying to do better. As a parent, that's really all anyone can ask of you. Take your kids' emotions seriously and just try to do better. I wouldn't beat yourself up too bad, OP. It sounds like you're trying to do better, so I'm happy for you at least. That was Reddit After Hours, bringing you r/trueoffmychest. Thank you all so much for listening, and if you like these videos, like and subscribe for more Reddit content.